London, that plucky city in the middle of the Atlantic, sitting comfortably between North America and the rest of Europe. It's one of the major global financial centers in the world, second only to New York. It's also seen its fair share of history, dating all the way back to the Roman times. With the city as busy, storied, and essential as London, it's no surprise that there are tons of activities for you to do there. If you only have a few days to spend, or if you have never been, we'll tell you about some of the best things you can do to enjoy London. Welcome to our channel, where we share with you all the amazing places on this planet to put on your bucket list. If you're new here, we know you're going to like it here. And if you're a subscriber, thank you for coming back. Without further ado, here we go. Number 1. Go on the London Eye and Thames Riverboat ride. Going on the London Eye and the Thames Riverboat ride might be a very touristy thing, but it's an excellent way to see and learn about London's famous landmarks. You can book both experiences for £43 per person, and the line isn't as slow as it looks. Going on the London Eye allows you to see London from above. Watch the trains come and go at the nearby Waterloo station, or get a glance at Buckingham Palace from across the river. Once you reach the top, you'll have an excellent view of London, which is perfect for a skyline photo. Meanwhile, the Thames Riverboat ride is a relaxing sail across the River Thames while learning about the landmarks you pass by. An audio guide will tell you about the various bridges you'll see. Only one of them is the London Bridge, along with information about the Globe Theatre replica, the Oxo Tower, the Tower of London, the Shard, and HMS Belfast, just to name a few. And the best part? There's no need to pre-book. You could buy tickets on site and do these experiences in any order. Number 2. Visit the London Transport Museum. The London Underground is the oldest metro system in the world, with its first underground railway operations beginning in 1863, when the Metropolitan Railway opened. What better way to explore that history than visiting the London Transport Museum in Covent Garden? Open 363 days a year. Admission to the London Transport Museum costs £21, and this is actually an annual pass, so you can use the same admission ticket for 12 months at no extra cost. There's also the off-peak annual pass at £18.50, but you could only visit during certain times of the year. Their exhibitions will walk you through the facets of London transport, from the early 1800s, the steam train of the Metropolitan line, to present-day developments. They also have exhibitions highlighting London transport during the World Wars and the evolution of the iconic London Underground designs. London Transport Museum also sponsors a few walking tours, primarily focusing on hidden tunnels and stations that most underground passengers never see. Number 3. Watch a West End show. London's West End is a hotbed of theater shows, plays, and musicals. Just like how you shouldn't miss a Broadway show when in New York City, you shouldn't end your London visit without watching a West End show. There's always a large selection of productions in the West End, ranging from long-running shows such as Les Miserables to various shows on tour. Are you worried about your seats? You can always pre-book online before you visit to guarantee a seat at your favorite show. Or if you're feeling adventurous, head to Leicester Square and look for the bright red TKTS booth. TKTS sells discounted theater tickets on the day of their performance or up to a week in advance. And if you don't mind what show you're watching, you can always try your luck directly at a theater's box office, where you can buy standby tickets. Remember that your seats might not be the best, but it's good enough to experience a show in London. Just be willing to hop from theater to theater if your first few choices don't have standby tickets available. Number 4. Explore the Tower of London. If you want to see a historic castle with a colorful past, the Tower of London is an excellent place to start. Since its establishment in 1066, the castle grounds have served as a prison, execution spot, royal residences, armory, treasurer, fortress, and the house of the crown jewels. Nowadays, the castle is primarily a tourist spot, with the crown jewels being one of the main attractions. The Tower of London's name actually refers to White Tower, the central tower and keep within the castle grounds. Inside is the Chapel of St. John the Evangelist, the Royal Armories collection, and an executioner's block. You can also say hi to one of the 6 ravens that call the castle their home. According to legends, The kingdom will fall if all the ravens leave the castle. If you want to know more about the castle grounds or White Tower, you can join a yeoman warder tour. These tours take place every 30 minutes and are included with your admission ticket at £29.9 for adults and £14.9 for children. Number 5. Book a London walking tour. There's so much to do and see in London that a single guide can't cover everything in detail. And even if the guide does cover everything, it won't give you as much detail and insight. So why not book one of the numerous London walking tours on offer? London walking tours cover all sorts of topics and interests, from something as casual as the Paddington Bear walking tour to something as topical as old and disused London Underground station tours. Or how about an informational one, such as the Alternative London Tour or the Eating London Tour? If you're interested, check TripAdvisor for the various London walking tours available, along with prices and reviews. Make sure you pre-book ahead of time to guarantee your spot once you arrive. Number 6. Enjoy an afternoon tea. England is synonymous with afternoon tea, so why not experience this tradition for yourself while in London? The city is dotted with various tea houses and cafes, offering an afternoon tea experience, ranging from a simple offering of scones and tea cakes to something as grand as beef Wellington or lobster omelette. If you want the high-end afternoon tea experience, head to the Ritz for a choice of 18 loose-leaf teas, pastries, and sandwiches. Or go to Fortnum & Mason's Diamond Jubilee Tea Salon to enjoy some afternoon tea with a renowned tea brand. Do you want your afternoon tea to be a little more casual? Fortnum & Mason inside the Royal Exchange is more contemporary. Or how about having some tea and scones at the British Museum? Regardless of the venue you pick, a spot of afternoon tea is guaranteed to give you some much-needed break from your London sightseeing. Number 7. Witness the most famous London attractions at night. You don't always have to limit yourself to walking around during the day, or you'll miss out on how lovely London looks during the evening. If you want to save yourself the walking or just want to experience the city in a different way, take the London by Night open bus tour. Lasting an hour and a half, this open bus tour drives you around London so you can see the city's landmarks and its bright lights. The tour will bring you past Big Ben, Piccadilly Circus, the Tower of London, and St. Paul's Cathedral, to name just a few. If you feel like learning more about what you're seeing, there's an onboard audio guide you can listen to in 12 different languages. The tour starts at another London landmark, the London Eye, and costs £24 per adult or £13 per child aged 5 to 15. The tour starts at either 7 p.m. or 8 p.m., and there are no breaks during the tour. Number 8. Walk down Trafalgar Square to Parliament Street. The walk from Trafalgar Square down to Parliament Street brings you close to quite a few attractions. The square itself is a public attraction, serving as a public plaza for various events and protests. At the center of it is Nelson's Column, a monument commemorating Admiral Horatio Nelson's victory at the Battle of Trafalgar. Continuing south of the roundabout brings you to Whitehall, a road dotted with government offices, such as the Ministry of Defense and HM Revenue and Customs. Venturing off to the sides will bring you to either St. James Park or Whitehall Gardens, depending upon which way you go. Or keep walking down Whitehall to pass by 10 Downing Street, the home and office of the British Prime Minister. Once you pass Downing Street, you'll see the cenotaph in the middle of the road, commemorating the British and Commonwealth people who lost their lives during any of the wars since World War I. Eventually, you'll reach a major intersection, go left to see Big Ben and Westminster Bridge, or keep going straight for Westminster Abbey. Number 9. Experience Covent Gardens. London is a culinary melting pot with its vibrant mix of haute cuisine and cheap eats, but Covent Garden brings that experience to a new level. Stop by for an afternoon tea at Whittard or Chelsea, or sink your teeth into one of the burgers on offer at Gordon Ramsay Street Burger. And if you fancy eating at a historic building, why not go to Sushi Samba at Market Building? Once you've had your fill of food, walk it off as you shop along the multiple retailers around the area. World-renowned brands such as Chanel and Mulberry have stores in Covent Garden if you feel like going high-end. Of course, don't forget to browse around Covent Garden's Market Building for handmade crafts and collectibles. Museums? This area has them too. The London Transport Museum we mentioned earlier is here. If you're into the performing arts, the Royal Opera House is nearby. Number 10. Visit Greenwich Park. If you're familiar with time zones, then you know about the letters GMT, Greenwich Mean Time. If you want to be at the place where time itself is based, then you should go to Greenwich Park. There are multiple attractions within Greenwich Park, which is why the UNESCO Heritage Site is called Maritime Greenwich. The Heritage Site spans most of the park, including major attractions such as the Royal Observatory, Cutty Sark, Old Royal Naval College, and National Maritime Museum. You'll see the Royal Observatory laser if you visit the park during sundown or evening. The laser serves as the marker for the prime meridian, or the official 0-degree longitude marker, as agreed upon at the 1884 International Meridian Conference. But if you check your location using a GPS tracker, the site is just a few seconds off from the actual 0-degree marker. Close enough. London has so much to offer visitors that you'll need several weeks to enjoy everything properly. But if you only have a few days, this list we've given you should be enough to provide you with the taste of this wonderfully busy city. And if you didn't have time to do all of them in one visit, that's a reason for you to come back. Do you know of other must-do things in London that we didn't get to include in our list? Comment below. And if you enjoyed this video, you're definitely going to love this other video from our channel. Be sure to like and subscribe if you want more content like this. See you soon, and until then, bon voyage.